gone, though he acknowledges uncertainty about the new Supreme Leader, who still has not appeared in person following a written statement last week. The president's calling for an allied coalition to ensure the free flow of energy through the Strait of Hormuz.
We strongly encourage the other nations to get involved with us and get involved quickly and with great enthusiasm. I have that from a number of them, and I'd like to say their names, but frankly, I don't know if they would want me to or not, because maybe they don't want to be targeted.
Though he also says Iran is now a paper tiger. A late winter storm is hammering parts of the Midwest.
Blizzard conditions pounding the northern Great Lakes. From the UP of Michigan into the northern lower peninsula, we have winds topping 40 to 50 plus miles per hour, even stronger off Lake Superior. We've had whiteout conditions, blizzard conditions verifying across Wisconsin and Minnesota.
Fox Weather's Jane Menard. Several feet of snow possible by tomorrow. That storm and a risk of severe weather in the eastern U.S. disrupting flights. More than 10,000 now canceled or delayed today. That's compounded by an ongoing partial government shutdown with TSA workers not getting paid.
Public service should not be used as leverage in political disputes, especially while members of Congress continue to receive their own paycheck.
Local union president Aaron Barker in Atlanta urging Congress to separate other Homeland Security funding from ICE and CBP as Democrats continue to push for immigration enforcement reforms. America is listening to Fox News.
WJR Traffic and Weather First. Sponsored by Femininio Law. GetDavidGetPaid.com. Traffic and Weather is sponsored by Femininio Law. Get David, get paid.
After an accident, help shouldn't be on hold. That's why only Femininio Law has the accident response team. We work for you, we meet with doctors, we preserve the evidence. Call 855-65-CRASH or visit GetDavidGetPaid.com.
WJR Traffic and Weather First is sponsored by Mary Grove Awnings. 48 hours. You could be sitting in the shade this week. Mary Grove, motorized. Don't crank. Built in Detroit for over 90 years. Book your free appointment now at marygrove.com or by calling 1-800-44-AWNING. Some midday road work on M14 westbound between I-275 and Sheldon Road. I-94 eastbound now closed between Gratiot and Harper Avenue due to an accident. You're slow from 11 Mile. All lanes are currently blocked by emergency crew. Watch out for a vehicle fire on I-94 eastbound after E-Course. That's blocking your left lane. Expect some stop and go from Middlebelt there. That's also slowing you down on the westbound side of 94 between Telegraph and E-Course. 24-mile road closed through traffic in both directions between Hayes and Garfield due to fallen power cables. And that debris blocking your right lane on the Lodge southbound after Wyoming Street is cleared. Now, WJR Weather First from the Weather Channel. Cloudy with gusty winds today, a high of 37. A few flurries or snow showers possible. Those conditions remain the same for tonight, although we'll drop down to 18. Overcast tomorrow with a high of 28. Right now, cloudy with wind gusts and 35 degrees. I'm Rich Luzensky, WJR Traffic and Weather First.
Pizza's here.
Oh, great. I'd love some, but I'm worried about my stomach issues.
If you're worried about having diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose, oily stools, it may not just be stomach issues. It could be a condition called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. With EPI, the pancreas doesn't release enough enzymes to break down food, but EPI is manageable. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and talk to your doctor. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
It all comes down to this, folks.
Yep, the entire season is on the line. But my throat has officially thrown in the towel.
Sounds like you need Vicks VapoCool drops. They're max strength and vaporize sore throat pain.
Whoa! These VapoCool drops hit fast.
Speaking of fast, did you just see that play?
Yeah, he vaporized that ball.
That pun should have come with a penalty.
Vaporize sore throat pain with Vicks VapoCool drops. Use as directed.
You will be facing major retirement decisions soon, and the math should drive every decision. And most people and professionals are using the wrong math. This explains why some families can safely withdraw 7 to 8% annually, while others struggle to spend 4%. Without understanding the math and the proper risk mitigation strategies, fear takes over, leading to undersaving, delayed retirement, spending far less than you could, and paying much more in taxes. Hi, I'm Kirk Cassidy, lead instructor for the Retirement Education Foundation and the co-host of the Retirement Education Hour, heard here Saturdays 6 a.m. and 1 p.m. to understand the correct math that should drive decisions around Social Security, lump sum versus pensions, RMDs, Roth conversions, and when you can retire plus more, attend our 8-hour almost master's level retirement education course. We teach at major universities both in Michigan and Missouri. $29 tuition goes to charity. Go to refedu.org. That's refedu.org. Sponsored by the Retirement Education Foundation, a charitable program.
It's more than news. It's a conversation. This is JR Afternoon on WJR. Here's Ryan Ermanni.
Hey, let's go on a Monday, March 16th, 2026. Ryan Ermanni, JR Afternoon, Beth Ann Long, Danielle Mason across the glass. How's everybody doing? Hopefully everybody's week is off to a great start on this Monday. I will say that the brackets are in. Have you filled one out yet, ladies? I'll tell you, I have filled mine out. It is one of my favorite things to do each and every year. Selection Sunday happens. You get your little bracket, you print it out, and I will have you know that, yes, I have the Michigan Wolverines winning it all. I am not going to make you wait to see who I have winning this whole thing. You guys know by now where I stand. Michigan has been among the best teams in the country all year long. And I'll say this too. I think that losing yesterday in the Big Ten championship game actually helped them get into an easier bracket. They were the number 2 overall seed heading into yesterday. They lose that game. They fall down to the number 3 overall seed. And I think they've got an easier road ahead than Arizona, who is the 2nd overall seed in this tournament. 4 number 1 seeds, Duke, Arizona, Michigan, and Florida. Michigan State, by the way, a 3 seed. And a programming note, we've got a 1-hour show on Thursday because the Michigan State Spartans will take over JR Afternoon. They play a 4:05 tip. So they start taking over the airwaves here on 760 WJR beginning at 3 o'clock. Michigan will play in the Midwest region. They're going to play the winner of Howard and UMBC on Thursday in Buffalo. Michigan State also plays in Buffalo, a 3 seed. They will play. Who do they play? Michigan State. I got to look at my bracket again. Michigan State plays North Dakota State. Heaven forbid. How could I forget about the Spartans? I'm sorry, Michigan State. Nonetheless, how's everybody today? I wanted to thank everybody who watches on YouTube as well. I was just looking at some of the numbers that we had over the last couple of weeks. We just started streaming this show on YouTube. What, Beth Ann, about 3-4 weeks ago?
Yeah, I would say about 4 weeks ago.
Yeah, and we've got about 500 more subscribers on our 760 WJR YouTube channel. And I think people are really starting to enjoy it. And I just wanted to thank everybody who uses that option. Obviously, look, we're a radio station. And for the people that listen on 760 WJR each and every day, you know where to find us. You know how to find us. But there is now a segment of people that are going to YouTube to consume what we do here at 760. And I just wanted to thank all those people that have 500 more subscribers in the last month or so, and all of the views that we've been getting over the course of the last month. I just wanted to thank everybody for that. And again, it's just a way to meet you where you are. So hopefully you're enjoying that. And the video will improve over time. There's no doubt about it. But I just wanted to send that note out. Also, did you watch 60 Minutes last night? How about Mitch Albom, his orphanage in Haiti, a feature there on 60 Minutes. Anderson Cooper went to Haiti with Mitch and did a great piece on Mitch and everything. I'm sure Mitch and the gang will talk about that coming up a little bit later on this afternoon. Mitch talks about the orphanage a lot, but to see it and to see the kids and to see their reaction and to see the emotion and to see Mitch in that space, I think was something that was really special. And if you have not watched Mitch Albom's feature yesterday on 60 Minutes. Anderson Cooper did a great job with it. I encourage you all to check it out. Meanwhile, let me get to some local news, especially if you're traveling north or know people in northern Michigan. They are getting hammered over the last 24 hours by a powerful winter storm, bringing in heavy snow, sleet, ice, and dangerous winds. WJR's Marie Osborne joins us with a look at northern Michigan just getting pounded, Marie.
It is unbelievable the amount of snow that they're getting. And it's not just the snow. So this system intensified on Sunday, delivering thunder snow and snowfall rates of up to 3 inches per hour in some parts of the Upper Peninsula. Across northern lower Michigan, conditions have been severe as well. Officials are urging caution as heavy snow, high winds continue to strain road crews and utilities. This morning, Michigan led the United States in power outages. In Roscommon County at 6:30 this morning, 87% of the county was without power. So that's how deeply impacted they were from this. Some of the most extreme projections include localized totals approaching 4 feet of snow in northern Michigan, driven by this deepening blizzard bomb, they're calling it, producing wind gusts of between 50 and 70 miles per hour, conditions that have made travel nearly impossible across major routes up north. Now, here are some of the totals, and this is just a quick snapshot. Near Marquette, they are kind of coming in as the top dog here, 30 inches of snow, but that was earlier this morning, so they're getting more than that right now. Petoskey at 24.6 inches, St. Ignace 23 inches, and Harbor Springs at 16 inches. This is not for the faint of heart. And a broader blizzard system is sweeping the northern U.S., and it's added all of this to the impacts with widespread whiteout conditions and a mix of heavy snow and ice throughout our Great Lakes region, Ryan.
Absolutely dangerous conditions up there. Marie, thanks so much for that. And again, just looking at the weather here, that wind is causing major problems today at Detroit Metro Airport. According to the latest information from FlightAware, how about 59 canceled flights, 83 delays at DTW today, high winds impacting travel. If you're expecting someone home today, 56 inbound flights canceled, 69 delays, a mess all over the country. Chicago, 486 cancellations. New York, 396. Orlando, Miami, Boston, Washington, D.C., all with hundreds of flights canceled. Weather everywhere being affected.
It is remarkable. And then add to that, Ryan, if you will, the problem that we're having with TSA agents. They're calling out because of the problems in Washington, right? So I've heard from people that are, I had a son come in from Austin late last week. He said it was terrible. And we have another one of our kids coming in tomorrow, and they're heading out west. I just told them, you've really got to plan ahead here and give yourself a lot of time.
The visuals,
it does not look good.
The visuals from Austin's TSA lines, my goodness. Wow. Anyway.
Yeah. Really something.
Yikes. All right, we'll stay on the weather, get you the latest information regarding that. We'll talk to you coming up at 3 o'clock, Marie. I want a programming note. Oakland County Sheriff Mike Bouchard will join us today in hour number 2. We will talk to Sheriff Bouchard, get the latest on the investigation into the attack on Temple, Israel. And again, you guys know where I stand on this. Find me a better sheriff in America than Sheriff Mike Bouchard. I mean, this guy's so on top of it, and we'll talk to him coming up, hour number 2. Also next, I want to talk about the Oscars. Did you watch? I had over 2,000 comments on my Facebook page yesterday when I talked about this. Incredible stuff. Why do people hate the Oscars so much? We'll talk about it next. 760 WJR.
Two words: prostate exam. Did your butt just clench? Relax. Screening starts with a simple, finger-free blood test. Around 1 in 8 men in the United States will be diagnosed with prostate cancer in their lifetime. But don't clench. Prostate cancer can have over a 99% 5-year relative survival rate when caught at a localized or regional stage. If you're 40 or older and have a prostate, visit RelaxIt'sABloodTest.com to see if a PSA blood test is right for you. Talk to your doctor about screening and next steps. Sponsored by Novartis.
LifeLock, how can I help?
The IRS said I filed my return,
But I haven't.
1 in 4 tax-paying Americans has paid the price of identity fraud.
What do I do?
My refund, though.
I'm freaking out.
Don't worry, I can fix this.
LifeLock fixes identity theft guaranteed and gets your money back with up to $3 million in coverage.
I'm so relieved.
No problem. I'll be with you every step of the way.
1 in 4 was a fraud-paying American. Not anymore. Save up to 40% your first year with promo code NEWS at LifeLock.com. Terms apply.
This St. Patrick's Day weekend, keep our community safe from drunk driving. If you celebrate a little too much, don't rely on the luck of the Irish. Use a rideshare or designated driver from your friends at Michigan Auto Law, auto accident attorneys. WJR invites you to Boot, Scoot, and Boogie with country music icons Brooks and Dunn in concert when they bring their Neon Moon tour to Pine Knot Music Theater September 24th. With special guests David Lee Murphy and Willow Avalon. You could win tickets from us. Text keyword Boogie to 800-859-0957. Sponsored by Live Nation. Tickets available for purchase at Ticketmaster.
I'm Ann Thomas. Congratulations to the 2026 Women Who Lead class. Renee Fluker, founder and CEO of College Career Beyond Midnight Golf, is proud of her program.
From 17 to over 3,000 young people that we still stay in contact with. I'm doing a database now. The first Midnight Golf kids up until 2018, and you should see their careers.
Special thanks to University of Michigan Health, Von Voigtlander Women's Hospital for supporting Women Who Lead.
The Detroit Free Press Marathon is back in the running for USA Today's Best Marathon. Help defend our title. Let's show them what this city can do. Vote once a day, every day until March 23rd at 10best.usatoday.com. Cast your vote, Detroit. Let's stay number one.
WJR Traffic and Weather First.
This report is sponsored by MapQuest.
Before smartphones, there was MapQuest. Before GPS, there was MapQuest. Before Google Maps, there was MapQuest. And guess what? MapQuest is back. Now on your phone. No printer required. Download the MapQuest app on the App Store or visit mapquest.com.
WJR Traffic and Weather First is sponsored by Weather Seal Home Improvements. This year, don't just get a tax refund, upgrade it. Turn your refund into a bigger return with a brand new roof from Weather Seal Home Improvements. Right now, they'll add an extra $1,000 to your refund toward your new roof. That's a smart deal. Book today at weathersealhomeimprovements.net. That's weathersealhomeimprovements.net. Those lane restrictions on I-94 westbound between Telegraph and E-Course have been lifted. Still a bit slow in that area. We had that vehicle fire on I-94 eastbound after Telegraph Road. Looks like you're a little slow from Middle Belt still. I-75 southbound at 9 Mile. That disabled vehicle has been cleared. Your two right lanes are now open, but you're still kind of sluggish. I-75 southbound after Southfield Road. We have an accident occupying both of your shoulders. Another wreck on I-94 eastbound at I-75. Construction slowing you down on I-94 eastbound between Shane Street and Gratiot. And please keep in mind, we've got some midday road work on M14 westbound between I-275 and Sheldon Road. I-94 eastbound closed between Gratiot and Harper Avenue due to an accident. You're slow from 11 Mile. All lanes are currently blocked by emergency crew there. And 24 Mile Road, they're still trying to clean up those fallen power cables between Hayes and Garfield. So that whole area is closed. Please avoid. Now, WJR Weather First from the Weather Channel. Here's your forecast.
We already had our high temperature today. Gusty west winds, falling temperatures this afternoon, and wind advisories up for the state. We're down to 18 degrees tonight. Cloudy and cold Tuesday, high 28, low 19. Afternoon snow showers Wednesday and a high of 37. I'm meteorologist Scott Lauriamore at the Weather Channel on 760 WJR, where Michigan comes to talk.
Coming up Tuesday on JR Morning, we'll keep you up to date on everything that's happening in Iran. Also, Mark Wayne Mullen set to start his Senate confirmation hearings this week. What is he likely to face? And we'll hear from a local AI company who's helping the autos keep up in an increasingly digital world. Stream us on the free WJR app, WJR.com, and we'll talk with you at 6 a.m.
President Trump wrapped up about an hour news conference earlier today, and we'll have some of that for you coming up momentarily. I want to talk about the Oscars now. Look, people are so passionate about this stuff. You don't know what people are passionate about the most until you just sometimes throw out a question. Last night, I simply asked the question, are you watching the Oscars? I put that out on my Facebook page. 2,000 comments. 2,000 people commented on that simple question. And 90% of it had such a visceral reaction to the negative. I mean, let me just say a couple of things. A couple of the comments. Nope, picking up dog poop. Nope, reading the phone book instead. Far more interesting. Nope, Perry Mason on Me TV. Nope, watching Marshalls. Nope, watching classic Leave It to Beaver. Nope, have to go clean the litter box. I mean, in that, I didn't even have to, Danielle, Beth Ann, I didn't even have to scroll to find those. That was just in order. Okay?
These people are creative.
I mean, it's so incredible. And if you'd like to share your opinion on it, 800-859-0WJR, 800-859-0957. I could go, nope, watching, eating glass.
Eating glass.
Eating glass.
Oh, no.
Nope, watching reruns of Scooby-Doo. No, are you watching the Oscars? I mean, nope, trimming my toenails. Nope, pulling all my healthy teeth. Nope, doing a solitary colonoscopy. I mean, people have such a reaction to Hollywood, and it's almost unhealthy. I think
to take the time to like just comment like
right.
that.
It's look, watch or don't watch, but to be so mad about it, it is wild. Now, Conan O'Brien did set the tone early on in the night. Set the tone right away for what the night was going to be. Here's Conan O'Brien during his monologue.
I should warn you, tonight could get political, okay? And if that makes you uncomfortable, there's an alternate Oscars being hosted by Kid Rock. Yeah. It's at the Dave & Buster's down the street. A lot of tickets for that.
I mean, so right away, taking shots at half the country that don't care for the politics of Hollywood. And that's fine. You do whatever you want to do. You can watch, you can don't watch it. Feel free to knock yourself out. But nonetheless, I tried to examine in my own mind why people are so mad at Hollywood. And this is what I've come up with. And again, if you want to comment, 800-859-0WJR, 800-859-0957. I personally have always had a hard time with people who take themselves so seriously. And I think there's a difference between taking your job seriously and taking yourself seriously. And I'll give you an example of that. I'll just take myself for an example. I take this job very seriously. The amount of preparation I do to sit behind this microphone, I almost said microwave. I'm kind of hungry. The amount of preparation I do to sit behind this microphone, the amount of preparation I do at the expense of, family, whatever the case may be, to do my television job, I believe I am the most prepared person doing the job that I'm doing each and every day that I show up. In my own mind, that's how seriously I take the job. I don't take myself that seriously at all. I do not believe I am that self-important to where I am going to convince anybody of anything on any given day about any topic. All I can do is provide you the information the best I can, let you make up your mind. I'll give my opinion, you give yours, we'll have a discussion, we'll shake hands, and we'll move forward. But Hollywood is not like that. Hollywood will kick you out. You cannot be in their club if you don't agree. You will be talked down to. You will be looked at like you're the devil. We don't want you in our club if you do not agree with us. People in Hollywood take themselves so seriously from the minute they open their mouths or walk into a room. Their elevated self-worth, their elevated sense of self-worth is so prevalent that it's a turnoff. And these are from people who live behind walls, who fly private, who get doors held for them, whose drivers pull up right to the door, and who have security with them everywhere they go. They know what's best for you, and you are not allowed to make your own opinion. You are not allowed to disagree with them. And if you do, you're kicked out. You're no good. We don't want you anymore. And I just think for anybody to tell anybody that not only that they're wrong, but to tell them that they're pretty much the scum of the earth. And that's how I feel that Hollywood has told you you are scum of the earth if you don't abide by some of the things that they believe. And even now, when you look at the requirements, look at the movie like The Godfather. That's been trending today. There are so many different rules now in Hollywood, what qualifies for a Best Picture and what doesn't qualify for a Best Picture. The movie The Godfather would not even be allowed to be nominated for a Best Picture role anymore because of all of the different standards that they have to abide by. That's just what it is. Barbara in Monroe, you're on 760 WJR. Hi, Barbara.
Hi, thanks for having me. I was just listening to your radio, and I used to watch the Oscars a lot, like back when, John Wayne and everything. But all these late night entertainers has ruined it because they think they're funny, and it turns people off like me. And I rather just watch, the movies and who gets them, and not have these late night entertainers trying to, talk about politics and everything else. But that's just my opinion.
Barbara, I appreciate it, but the thing is, they're not funny. They don't try to tell jokes. They don't try to tell jokes anymore. They try to talk down to you, and that is the turnoff. That's how I see it.
Right.
If they were telling jokes and were funny and it was ha ha ha, but they talk down to you, and I think that's the turnoff. If I ever talk down to anybody, punch me in the face. Seriously. I mean, I don't get it. I don't get it.
The late night entertainers was like Johnny Carson. They were the best, but these new ones, they just turned me off to everything.
No doubt. Barbara, thanks so much for the call. I really appreciate it. We can stay with this. If you've got an opinion, feel free, 800-859-0957. I do want to get to the latest in Operation Epic Fury. Those gas prices are inching up. President Trump addressed that today. We will talk about that. Also, coming up in hour number 2, in about 40 minutes from now, we'll talk to Sheriff Mike Bouchard, Oakland County Sheriff Mike Bouchard, the latest in the investigation on the attack at Temple Israel in West Bloomfield. All that and so much more. Don't go anywhere. Just get your week started with us here on 760 WJR.
Pizza's here. Oh, great. I'd love some, but I'm worried about my stomach issues.
If you're worried about having diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose, oily stools, it may not just be stomach issues. It could be a condition called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. With EPI, the pancreas doesn't release enough enzymes to break down food, but EPI is manageable. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and talk to your doctor. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
It all comes down to this, folks.
Yep, the entire season is on the line. But my throat has officially thrown in the towel.
Sounds like you need Vicks VapoCool drops. Their max strength and vaporize sore throat pain.
Whoa! These VapoCool drops hit fast.
Speaking of fast, did you just see that play?
Yeah, he vaporized that ball.
That pun should have come with a penalty.
Vaporize sore throat pain with Vicks VapoCool drops. Use as directed.
Ask yourself this question. Is it really worth holding on to that timeshare that you know you need to get rid of? Here's the truth. The average maintenance fee just went up over 17%. That could have been 117%, and there's nothing you can do about it. When you buy a timeshare, you give them a blank check for annual maintenance and assessment fees. I'm Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group. For 15 years, I've helped over 50,000 families cancel their timeshare. Not sell it, not transfer it, cancel it. Did you buy a timeshare because they told you it was a great investment and your maintenance fees would never go up? That's a lie. Are you ready to get rid of your timeshare once and for all? Simply call us and I'll send you our timeshare exit kit that explains all your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley now for your timeshare exit kit. 800-902-5454. That's 800-902-5454. 800-902-5454.
Fox News, I'm Kathleen Maloney. President Trump says U.S. and Israeli forces are making progress disarming Iran.
We've achieved a 90% reduction in their ballistic missile launches and a 95% reduction in drone attacks. The missiles are trickling in now.
He says 7,000 military targets across Iran have been destroyed. White House Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt says the president is pressuring NATO allies to help reopen the Strait of Hormuz.
He continues to speak with our allies in Europe and is calling on them to do more, just as he did when he called on them to step up with respect to their defense spending in NATO. He's calling them to do more here, and I think you'll see that come to fruition.
The president saying NATO could face a very bad future if they fail to take action. America is listening to Fox News.
WJR Traffic and Weather First.
Sponsored by Boeing at thumbcoasttheaters.com. Experience live professional theater at Thumb Coast Theaters in downtown St. Clair and Marine City, where the magic of Broadway comes alive right here at home. Don't miss Boeing, the hilarious comedy where one flight captain, 3 fiancés, and a flight schedule collide. Book your tickets today at thumbcoasttheaters.com. We've got an accident slowing you down on I-94 eastbound after I-75. Another wreck on I-75 southbound after Southfield Road. That's occupying both of your shoulders. Steer clear of some utility work on 24 Mile Road in both directions between Hayes and Garfield. They're working to pick up some of those downed power lines. And we still have construction on the Lodge southbound between Glendale and Webb Street. Now WJR Weather First from the Weather Channel. Gray skies with a few flurries or snow showers possible this afternoon. Those conditions remain the same for tonight, a low of 18. Overcast tomorrow, a high of 28. Right now cloudy with wind gusts and 35 degrees. I'm Rich Luzensky, WJR Traffic and Weather First.
Hey, gang, it's Ryan Ermanni here. I want to tell you about my friends at Paramount Roofing. You know, living in Michigan, March is when we really start to see what winter has done to our homes. All the snow, ice, wind, all of it takes a toll on your roof. When I met with the owner, Eric Reno, and his team, they showed me how they make the whole process incredibly easy. All you have to do is visit weareroofing.com and get an instant free roof quote. No waiting, no pressure, just real information. What I love is their approach. Everything is built to last and backed for life. And they truly deliver a 5-star roofing experience made easy from start to finish. If you are worried about timing and budget, we understand. I understand. But don't. Paramount Roofing offers no money down, plus 5 years, 0% interest, which makes protecting your home or your business a whole lot more manageable. They handle both residential and commercial roofing. So whether it's your home, your office, the property you manage, they've got you covered. Spring is coming, Michigan. Now is the time to check that roof before the heavy rains arrive. Get your instant free quote today at weareroofing.com. That's weareroofing.com. Paramount Roofing.
Are you concerned about outliving your money? If so, tune in to Money Talks with Joseph Uplegger, Saturdays at 5 p.m. Joe will help make sure you get the retirement you deserve, Saturdays at 5 p.m. right here on WJR 760.
Your child's education is the foundation for tomorrow's leaders. Listen every Sunday at 3 p.m. for School Talks, hosted by Dr. Robert Livernoy. A conversation on all things education, from parents and students to educators and policymakers. School Talks is dedicated to in-depth discussions and analysis with experts on a wide range of topics in education. Sponsored by the law firm of O'Reilly Rancilio, advising and representing school districts for all of their legal needs for more than 40 years. Get details at orlaw.com. Planning spring business travel? Start your trip the professional way with Metro Cars. Rather than dealing with crowded airport parking garages, shuttle buses, and long walks through the terminal with luggage and briefcase in hand, let a professional Metro Cars chauffeur pick you up right at your doorstep and take you directly to curbside check-in. For executives and corporate travelers, time and reliability matter. Whether you're catching an early morning flight, arriving for an important meeting, or arranging transportation for visiting clients and leadership teams, MetroCars provides dependable airport transportation designed around your schedule. With experienced chauffeurs on a premium fleet of sedans, SUVs, vans, and buses, MetroCars delivers a comfortable, quiet ride that allows you to stay focused and arrive prepared. Celebrating over 35 years of excellence, MetroCars is proud to serve as the official transportation provider of 760 WJR. Trust the transportation company Michigan business travelers have relied on for decades. Reserve your ride today at metrocars.com. The Detroit Free Press Marathon is back in the running for USA Today's Best Marathon. Help defend our title. Let's show them what this city can do. Vote once a day, every day until March 23rd at 10best.usatoday.com. Cast your vote, Detroit. Let's stay number one.
Never miss
The Daily Dose.
The Daily Dose.
The Daily Dose
The Daily Dose
of Deets.
the Daily Dose of Deets. The top of mind topics and stories,
Because America keeps building, innovating, and growing.
but at a depth and breadth that only Kevin Dietz can conceive.
Love doesn't have to be built on these grand gestures.
It's Can't Miss Radio.
You can't fake that kind of leadership Verlander is going to be able to bring to Scooball.
Kevin's own unique take on news and entertainment that'll get you talking all day
Social media should not get a pass just because it's digital.
and into tomorrow. The Daily Dose of Dietz. First thing out of the gate on All Talk with Kevin Dietz. Weekdays at 9 on WJR. Wake up tomorrow with JR Morning with Chris Renwick, Lloyd Jackson, and Jamie Edmonds on 760 WJR. Right now, it's JR Afternoon with Ryan Ermanni.
Sheriff Mike Bouchard going to join us in hour number 2 of the program. We will get his take on the latest in the investigation on the attack at Temple, Israel. We'll do that. Also, get you an update on Operation Epic Fury. President Trump held a news conference within the last hour that lasted for about an hour. We'll get you some of the cuts from the president as well, namely talking about gas prices and the price of oil. But a lot of people want to chime in on the Oscars and what is the relationship with Hollywood now. I didn't care to watch last night. I had it up as a responsibility because I knew I was going to be talking about it today for both jobs. But I don't think it's funny. I don't think Hollywood makes good stuff anymore. I mean, you can tell when's the last movie you were really excited to go see that wasn't a superhero movie or a sequel. I mean, they just don't make original stuff anymore. And I think they have completely banished half of the audience. It is such a self-important ideology from not all of them, that's not accurate to say all, but many of them. They've become so political. And if you don't agree with them, they don't want you to even go see their movies. Gary in Bowling Green, you're on 760 WJR. Hi, Gary.
Hello. Yes, let's talk about Hollywood. Have you ever looked at what goes into creating a motion picture to be shown in the theaters?
Tell me.
Okay. They sign up their actors, so they have casting. And the actors have to sign an agreement which basically says how much of their body they're going to have to show in the movie. And then when it comes movie time, the actors show up, go and take off all your clothes, put on a white robe. Yeah, go to the closed set, and they don't care. Hollywood doesn't care if those are married people or not, and that's part of the price. And what we're seeing here with the Kidwell and Urban thing is just the backwash of that started with the movie that Kidwell did.
I'm not really following you, Gary. I'm not really following you. I'm not going to lie to you. I have no idea what you're talking about.
Well, what I'm saying is that the conditions under which the actors and actresses are placed are simply horrible.
Well, yeah, perhaps. I appreciate the call, though, Gary. Thanks so much. Mike in Toledo, you're on 760 WJR. How you doing, Mike?
Yeah, hi. I was with you. I was going to watch it last night also, but I tuned into the Kid Rock alternative show for the Oscars.
I'm not sure he did one last night, but I appreciate the joke.
Yeah. So anyway, I'm a working person just like you, right? We're not, we don't have the doors opened and private jets, but Hollywood is an industry, right? Hollywood employs thousands and thousands of people that are working just like you and I, and there's only a few that really want to get out there and be political, and that's their right. I think you have to agree with that. It's their right to voice their political views, whether we agree or not.
100%. 100%.
So,
I totally agree with that.
But they have a large stage, and not only Hollywood, in certain parts of the country, if people don't like what your opinions are and voice them out, you are shut out in a lot of areas. I don't want to. I could go through a few, but I don't. I think you get the general idea that we can't put the broad stroke on one industry like that for just a few.
Mike, that's a really good point that you make, because it's not just Hollywood where if you disagree with a certain point of view, you're kind of an outcast and you don't you're not included anymore. People don't want you anymore. That's a really good point. Let me get to Rob in Sterling Heights. Hey, you're on 760 WJR. Hi, Rob.
Hey, Ryan. Happy St. Patrick's Day tomorrow.
Happy early St. Patrick's Day.
Yes. Ryan's an Irish name, isn't it?
Sure.
Hey, tell you what, I didn't even know the Oscars were on yesterday, and what I don't like is I don't want to be lectured to people who covered for Harvey Weinstein for decades, or people that tell me I live on stolen land and don't want to give up their mansions that are in stolen land, or people like Steph Curry that said, oh, we want to put a bunch of low-cost housing in all these middle-class neighborhoods, but when it comes to his neighborhoods, him and his wife fought it. Or we have people, you can't go to an NBA arena that said, with a shirt that said Free Hong Kong. All of a sudden, they're way too political. And like Michael Jordan said, even Republicans watch movies and buy shoes.
Well, it's a good point, because the hypocrisy that comes out of Hollywood is fine. And, it wasn't last night, but you bring up the Billie Eilish, right? Billie Eilish, who talks about, stolen land. She's got, a $12 million mansion. She's not giving that back. She's not offering to have anybody come live in her estate. So just the hypocrisy is fine. And yeah, you could build low housing units in your neighborhood, but not in my neighborhood. It's just up and down the line. The list of hypocrisy is crazy. And again, you can share ideas. You can have a different point of view, and that's fine. Like, we're all for that, but just don't be total hypocrites of it. Hey, I want to get to Operation Epic Fury. We're going to do that next. When is the price of gas coming down? President addressed that today. You'll hear from it coming up next. 760 WJR.
We started Henyon & Walsh for people like you. People with integrity, honesty, and loyalty. The result? We care about you and your investment success. We're dedicated to your financial goals, so we'll always give you our best efforts, because you've earned it. We're Henyon & Walsh, and committed to you. Get a second opinion. Call 800-279-5279 or find us online. Investing involves risk, including the possible loss of principal. Advisory services provided by Henyon & Walsh Asset Management. Securities offered by Henyon & Walsh Inc. Member FINRA SIPC.
You know that feeling, Detroit. You're merging onto the lodge, you're hitting the 696 rush, and your eyelids feel like they weigh 10 pounds each. We just sprung forward for daylight saving time, and for many of us in the Motor City, that lost hour is still catching up. March is National Sleep Awareness Month, and while we're the city that keeps the world moving, we can't do it safely if we're running on empty. Drowsy driving is just as dangerous as drunk driving. Exactly what you don't need when you're navigating something like a Michigan construction zone. Prioritize your best slept self. Cool down your room. Put the phone away an hour before bed, and if you're feeling a micro sleep behind the wheel, pull over. Let's keep our streets safe and our minds sharp. Visit theNSF.org or search Sleep Awareness Month for more tips. Sleep well, Detroit. We've got a big day tomorrow. Michigan's largest real estate and home improvement show is coming to Metro Detroit, March 28th and 29th at the Oakland Expo Center in Waterford. This isn't just a home show, it's a full real estate experience. Meet builders, designers, realtors, lenders, and home improvement experts all in one place. Get real-world advice on buying, selling, renovating, staging, and creating standout home designs. Whether you're a homeowner, future buyer, or real estate professional, there's something for everyone, including family activities, prize drawings, and interactive exhibits. Get advanced discount tickets at largestrealestateshow.com. That's largestrealestateshow.com.
$5,000. That's the average amount of money people in the U.S. are now spending on gas in a year. $5,000. That's crazy. If you drive, you have to download Upside, the free app that gives you cash back every time you get gas. That's right. You can earn real cash back with Upside just by buying the gas you're already buying. You can literally start earning cash back today.
I use Upside every time I fill up, and I've already made around $300.
You're putting gas in your car anyway. Why not get real cash back? If you like free money, download Upside.
I'm saving the cash I earn from using Upside to help pay for a vacation later this year.
Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code SOUND to get an extra 25 cents per gallon on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank, PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code SOUND for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code SOUND for a 25 cents per gallon bonus.
Visit Old St. Patrick Catholic Church for their 48th annual Lenten Fish Fry dinners every Friday, February 20th through March 27th from 4:30 till 7 p.m. Dinners include fish, choice of potato or mac and cheese, salad, and a beverage. Adult meals are $18 with discounts for seniors and children. Kids 4 and under eat free. St. Patrick Catholic Church is located at 5671 Whitmore Lake Road in Ann Arbor. For more information, visit stpatricka2.org.
WJR Traffic and Weather First.
This report is sponsored by True Green. True Green. Don't waste another weekend doing your lawn care yourself. Partner with the official lawn care treatment provider of the PGA Tour and get a golf course quality lawn the easy way. Sign up at truegreen.com. Then sit back and relax.
WJR Traffic and Weather First is sponsored by Boeing at thumbcoasttheaters.com. Experience live professional theater at Thumb Coast Theaters in downtown St. Clair and Marine City, where the magic of Broadway comes alive right here at home. Don't miss Boeing, the hilarious comedy where one flight captain, 3 fiancés, and a flight schedule collide. Book your tickets today at thumbcoasttheaters.com. We still have that utility work on 24 Mile Road in both directions between Hayes Road and Garfield Road. They're still trying to clean up those downed power lines, traffic signals that fell earlier today as well. That's at Clarion Drive. Steer clear of a wreck on I-94 eastbound after I-75. That accident on I-94 eastbound from Gratiot Avenue is cleared. Same goes for that wreck on I-75 southbound after Southfield Road. Still have that moving roadwork project blocking your left lane on M53 northbound between Van Dyke and 26 Mile. That's scheduled until 4 p.m. Now, WJR Weather First from the Weather Channel. Here's your forecast.
We have already had our high temperature today and turning colder tonight down in the teens. We've got some snows in the forecast. Also, some flurries, some light snow showers. Winter hanging tough here. Big, deep, upper level, low pressure giving us that wind and giving us some flurries and snow showers here for this afternoon and tonight. 18 our low tonight. Cloudy tomorrow, high of only 28. Low tomorrow night, 19. I'm meteorologist Scott Larimore at the Weather Channel on 760 WJR, where Michigan comes to talk.
Call us or text us. The number's the same. 1-800-859-0957. 1-800-859-0WJR. Powered by Michigan Auto Law. Auto Accident Attorneys. Visit autolaw.com. That's autolaw.com.
.760 WJR. Welcome in. If you are heading home, heading to the office, wherever you're heading, want to pop us up on your laptop, on your phone, wherever, maybe on your big screen, feel free to head on over to YouTube and search 760 WJR, and we'll pop right up there. You can subscribe to the show. It will not cost you a thing to subscribe to 760 WJR. It just makes it easier to find us when you're looking for us on that app. You could watch us. And again, radio show on television. How about it? Operation Epic Fury. The Wall Street Journal and other outlets reporting that the Trump administration could announce this week that multiple countries have agreed to form a coalition to begin escorting ships through the Strait of Hormuz as the price of oil skyrockets. This is a significant portion of the next phase of the war with Iran. President Trump has been looking to get more oil flowing through the strait. He is calling on allies and rivals alike, from China to Japan to the UK, to send ships to protect this critical waterway. One of the things that he said today, too, because they have knocked out all of the mine-laying ships that Iran had, well, then why isn't the flow of oil progressing, just picking up right now? And he said, well, it takes two to tango. If you're somebody that's got $1 billion ship, are you just going to take somebody's word for it that everything's okay? He says a lot of these oil tankers are like, we're going to take a wait-and-see approach and see how this happens, how this works. Energy Secretary Chris Wright made the round on the Sunday shows this week. He talked about the price of oil and the price at the pump.
Yeah, I think that this conflict will certainly come to the end in the next few weeks. Could be sooner than that, but the conflict will come to the end in the next few weeks, and we'll see a rebound in supplies and a pushing down of prices after that. But yes, we were very aware that we would have short-term disruption. We would cause a little bit of increased prices on Americans. Prices today are still far below what they were in the Biden administration, where they were begging, bartering, and bribing Iran to behave better. We had $5 gasoline in the middle of the Biden administration. We hope we don't get there this time, but at least this increase in gasoline prices is for something that's going to change the geopolitical situation in the world forever.
So I mentioned President Trump at a news conference earlier today, took several questions. The news conference lasted about an hour, a lot coming out of that, but he, too, talked about the price of oil, which is down slightly today, by the way, at about $94 a barrel. Here's President Trump on the price of gas.
When this is over, oil prices are going to go down very, very rapidly. So is inflation, so is everything else. But frankly, much more important than short-term or even long-term oil prices, you can't let the most violent, vicious country in the last 50 years have a nuclear weapon, because the Middle East will be gone. Israel will go first, without question. And they'll certainly take a shot at us before we get our act together and say we got to take them out. You can't let Iran, who's truly a nation of great terror and power. Look what happened in the last 2 weeks. They weren't supposed to go after all these other countries in the Middle East. Those missiles were set to go after them.
So that's the president earlier today. Now, he was asked about the political impact of this war on his way back to Washington last night on Air Force One. The price of gas is something that impacts people significantly. The price of gas is something that has such a psychological effect on people, how they feel about the economy. And again, you can, President Biden made the mistake of telling everybody that there was nothing to see here. President Trump could potentially be going down that road where you're telling people there's nothing more to see here. But the price of gas really is an indicator, a psychological effect of how we are in the economy. You know, in an election year as well, when history dictates that the party in power is going to lose a good number of seats in Congress, probably even control of Congress, you throw a war into the mix, and this war is, whether you like it or not, affecting the way that Americans have the ability to pay for things like gas, like food. Was this the right call? Here's what President Trump had to say, and it's a little difficult to hear, so this is on Air Force One last night.
I have to do what's right. You know, political, and sure, everybody is concerned. I have to do what's right. I can't say that they were going to blow up the Middle East.
So you've got that. If you weren't able to make out what he said, is I have to do the right thing. I wasn't going to let Iran have a nuclear weapon. And you could take what he said. He obliterated Iran's nuclear program 6 months ago when he sent those bombers there. But the starting point, and this was addressed with Josh Shapiro, who was on with Bill Maher on Friday night. The starting negotiating point for Iran in these talks before the war broke out, before the bombings began, was we have enough enriched uranium to make 11 nuclear bombs. What are you supposed to do at that point? Because I hear a lot of people complaining, oh, that's not true. Are you going to take that chance? Because a lot of people wish that North Korea did not have a nuclear weapon right now, too. It was too late to get involved with North Korea. What would have been the option? Josh Shapiro said that he was against going into Iran and bombing their nuclear facilities. Says it's good. You can't allow Iran to have a nuclear weapon, but he wouldn't have taken that shot. He wouldn't have gone in now. It's all political talking points. Nobody can tell me what you would have done differently. What would you have done differently if the starting point for the negotiation was, and I'm not sure this has been disputed even, that we have enough enriched uranium to make 11 nuclear bombs? Anybody got any ideas on that? What would you have done? 800-859-0WJR, 800-859-0957. Everybody complains, but nobody's got any solutions. And I think that's the problem in our political atmosphere today. Everybody wants to knock the mission. Everybody wants to say what they wouldn't do, but nobody wants to go out there and say what you would have done. And I would like solutions more than complaining about problems. What say you? 800-859-0957. 760 WJR, hour number 2 ahead.
I need a little range, step to the range, come on, meet me at the range.
Introducing the new Chick-fil-A Jalapeno Ranch Club Sandwich. With that juicy Chick-fil-A chicken on a buttermilk ranch bun, jalapeno ranch sauce, and pickled jalapenos, it's a little ranch with a lot of kick. The new Chick-fil-A Jalapeno Ranch Club with original spicy or grilled filet. Available for a limited time only. Order ahead on the Chick-fil-A app.
I checked Allstate first and saved hundreds on my car insurance. Really smart. Unfortunately, I didn't check if I took the gas hose out of my car's tank. Ooh, not smart. And I drove off while still attached to pump number 3.
Yeah, checking first is smart. So check Allstate first for a quote that could save you hundreds.
Potential savings vary, subject to terms, conditions, and availability. Allstate North American Insurance Company and affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
Do you owe back taxes to the IRS? Whether it's due to job loss, a divorce, a new business venture, or you just didn't file your taxes, don't lose hope. Powerful relief programs are now available that can help you and may reduce or even eliminate what you owe the IRS. With the cost of living affecting millions across the country, Tax Relief Advocates is urgently notifying anyone with $5, $50, or even $500,000 in back taxes to the IRS to call to get relief options. With over 1,000 5-star Google reviews and an A+ rating from the Better Business Bureau, TRA is America's trusted choice for real tax relief. Relief options are now available that can give you a fresh start and peace of mind. End your tax nightmare today by calling our tax relief hotline. Dial 800-390-8478. 800-390-8478. That's 800-390-8478. Or visit TRA.com. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
This is the great voice of the Great Lakes. 760 WJR. Detroit. A Cumulus media station.
Reassurance from the president. I'm Lisa Brady, Fox News, as oil and gas prices rise while the U.S. and Israel target Iran.
I can tell you that when this is over, oil prices are going to go down very, very rapidly. So is inflation. So is everything else.
It's week 3 of Operation Epic Fury.
But frankly, much more important than short-term, even long-term oil prices, you can't let the most violent, vicious country in the last 50 years have a nuclear weapon.
President Trump is pressing other countries to help oil tankers get through the Strait of Hormuz, while also insisting the U.S. military doesn't need help. He also says some allies are ready to help, but others have had a disappointing reaction. British Prime Minister Keir Starmer has said he won't let Britain be drawn into a wider war with Iran. A key member of the president's team has cancer.
White House Chief of Staff Susie Wiles says she has now joined the ranks of the 1 in 8 women in the United States facing a breast cancer diagnosis. The cancer is described as early stage, and Wiles plans to continue working throughout treatment.
And she's going to be in great shape. The prognosis there is excellent, beyond excellent.
President Trump calls Wiles one of the strongest people he knows. Wiles sat next to President Trump at a meeting of the Trump Kennedy Center board.
Fox's Jared Halpern at the White House. A deadlock continues in Congress on Homeland Security funding.
There is no movement to end the shutdown. Security lines are growing. Terrorism fears are mounting. Republicans are blaming Democrats for not funding DHS and warning that they're responsible if something bad happens.
Fox's Chad Pergram. Democrats who want immigration enforcement reforms say Republicans should support splitting ICE and CPB funding from other DHS agencies. America is listening to Fox News.
WJR traffic and weather first.
We still have that utility work on 24 Mile Road in both directions between Hayes Road and Garfield. Crews are working to repair power lines and traffic signals that fell earlier today at Clarion Drive. Please avoid that area. I-275 southbound, your off-ramp to westbound. M14 is closed until early November. We do have some moving road work blocking your left lane on M53 northbound between Van Dyke and 26 Mile Road. Going to be there until 4 p.m. And some good news, that wreck on I-94 eastbound at Gratiot has cleared. Now WJR weather first from the Weather Channel. Gray skies with a few flurries or snow showers possible this afternoon. Those conditions remain the same for tonight, although we'll drop down to 18. Overcast tomorrow, a high of 28. Right now, cloudy with wind gusts, 35 degrees. I'm Rich Luzensky, WJR Traffic and Weather First.
Hey, gang, it's Ryan here. I want to tell you about my friends at Game Day Men's Health in Plymouth. Have you made the call yet? I've been working with them since mid-October, and ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you, I have never felt better in my adult life. I have lost over 30 pounds. I'm using them for weight loss, but they specialize in personalized, science-backed men's health treatments. Fellas out there, need some testosterone replacement, peptides. Peptides are all the rage these days in 2026. 2026 is the year of the peptide. Medical weight loss, all designed specifically for men. At Game Day Men's Health in Plymouth, it is more than just an online point-and-click transaction. These are real people delivering real results. Every treatment plan is customized to meet your specific needs. Do yourself a favor. It doesn't cost you a thing to give them a call and look into it a little bit more for yourself. Call them for a complimentary consultation. 734-927-1718. That number again, 734-927-1718. Game Day Men's Health on Ann Arbor Road in Plymouth. 734-927-1718.
Greg is a real Prevagen user, and this is his story.
Hi, I'm Greg. I'm not an actor. I'm just a regular person. 8 years ago, I just didn't feel like I was on my game. I started taking Prevagen, and I want people to know that Prevagen has worked for me. Give it a try. I want it to help you just like it has helped me.
Prevagen, at stores everywhere without a prescription. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. Testimonialist was compensated for their time.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
ZipRecruiter.
Say hello to another great voice. This is JR Afternoon with Ryan Ermanni on 760 WJR.
Hour number 2 of the program here on a Monday. Hopefully everybody's having a great start to your week. Weather has dramatically turned, and weather is the focus for so many people, whether you're flying in or out of Detroit Metro Airport. Heck, whether you're flying anywhere in the country, Chicago, New York, Orlando, Miami, Boston, Washington, D.C., hundreds of flights canceled in those cities, just to name a few. If you're looking at northern Michigan, just getting pounded over the last 24 hours by a winter storm, a legitimate blizzard. For more on this, let's swing it out to WJR's Marie Osborne with an update. The hammering of winter is not done yet, Marie.
Yeah, I mean, this is a real true snowmageddon. I know we overuse that, but this is for real. So this destructive ice storm began Sunday and has continued overnight. It's left a trail of damage right across northern Michigan, thick coating of ice on trees and power lines, combined with high winds that knocked out electricity to tens of thousands of homes and businesses. They are still without power. Before sunrise today, Consumers Energy called the storm's effect on northern Michigan tremendous. Local officials say it's going to take several more hours to really fully assess the damage they have going on there. Statewide, more than 110,000 customers are without power. The hardest hit counties are Roscommon with more than 20,000 outages, followed by Alcona and Alpena, each reporting around 11,000. Some of those areas are served by Consumers Energy, others by the local power companies. One of the officers at Consumers Energy, Norm Coppola, it says the area from Cadillac to Alpena is seeing the very worst of it, with ice up to a half of inch thick, bringing down countless trees. And please remember, last year, this very same area had a massive ice storm that was devastating to the area, that it had to be declared a disaster area. And Governor Whitmer had to get federal dollars for assistance there, and then had to go back for more. Going back to some of these snow totals, near Marquette, there are 30 plus inches now. Petoskey, 25 plus. St. Ignace, 23 plus. Harbor Springs, better than 16 inches of snow there. And this is a broad blizzard system that is moving across. They're calling it a blizzard bomb, Ryan.
Spring starts on Friday still, right?
Yeah, it's all going to be gone by Friday. It'll all be over.
I mean, oh my goodness. Hopefully this weather can improve just a little bit for them. I mean, the governor right now even posting in the last couple of hours about please stay inside. Conditions are worsening throughout the region. Stay inside and stay safe. I mean, it is a mess up there. And you are right. This region got hammered just a short time ago with all the ice that they were affected by. So hopefully this ends soon and the people of northern Michigan can move beyond this quickly, a lot quicker than they did last time around.
Oh, absolutely. Because it was a very long time last year before help really arrived up there. And we talked frequently on the air last year. That was before you joined us, Ryan. But we talked several times on the air about how it wasn't really getting national media attention. And we couldn't figure out why. Because, I mean, if it had been a hurricane, national media would have been all over that, or a hurricane or a tornado or whatever, they would have been all over it. But for some reason, this ice storm really got ignored, and those people really suffered up north.
No doubt about it. Marie, thanks so much for keeping us updated on what's happening right here in our state. We appreciate it. Talk to you tomorrow, my friend.
Thank you.
You got it. Just getting back to what we were talking about in the last hour regarding the president. He had a news conference regarding Operation Epic Fury earlier this afternoon. And one of the things about that is he said, look, I know I'm going to take a political hit on this. We know that, but we've got to do what's right. His words, not mine. You cannot let Iran have a nuclear weapon. And I was mentioning about Josh Shapiro, the governor of Pennsylvania, who I think is seen as a pretty moderate Democrat who has we'll see if he runs for president or not. I don't know. If he does, he's got a real shot to get the nomination, but he was disputing whether or not we should go in and bomb Iran and start this war or finish this war, however you want to characterize it. But again, when and Bill Maher even approached this question with Governor Shapiro, when somebody's starting point, when Iran's starting point for the negotiation is we've got enough enriched uranium to make 11 nuclear bombs. What do you do? And again, it's one thing to complain about it, but do you have a solution for it? What should have happened in that case? Let me get to Les in Marysville. You're on 760 WJR. How you doing, Les?
Hey, good, Brian. I'm really glad you're talking. If somebody said they're going to kill your grandkids or your kids, what do you do?
And are you willing to take the chance?
Politics is out of it. I don't care if you believe in, it's a disaster. How many people were lost at D-Day, Iwo Jima? The weapons today are unimaginable.
Well,
you don't have to worry.
Les, I was just going to say you'd have to, if you're against going in, if you do not believe the United States should.
I believe 100% we had to go in.
No, I'm not disputing you do, but for the people out there, if you believe that the United States shouldn't have gotten involved here, then you would have had to have taken a chance that Iran does not have the capability to build 11 nuclear bombs. And if you call that bluff and you're wrong, what is the cost at that point? What is the human cost if Iran has a nuclear weapon? Because if they got their hands on a nuclear weapon, I'm not sure.
We wouldn't be gambling in Greektown because we wouldn't be here. They would send the bomb and boom.
Well, certainly,
just like what happened in Bloomfield Hills.
Certainly, thanks so much, Les. I appreciate the call. Certainly, there would be a lot of problems in the Middle East. There's no doubt about it. And in turn, here in the United States. Les mentioned what happened in West Bloomfield. We're going to get an update on that next with Sheriff Mike Bouchard. News, though, from the Israeli Defense Forces, the IDF. Posted on X. This is their post. I'm reading it to you. Intelligence reveals the brother of terrorist behind the U.S. synagogue attack was a Hezbollah terrorist. Hezbollah commander Ibrahim Mohammed Ghazali was responsible for managing weapons operations within a specialized branch of the Badr unit. The unit is responsible for launching hundreds of rockets towards Israeli civilians throughout the war. His brother, Ayman Mohammed Ghazali, carried out the terror attack in Michigan this past Thursday. Ibrahim was eliminated in an IAF strike on Hezbollah military structure last week. So the end quote of the post. So the IDF, the Israel Defense Forces, posting that the brother of the man responsible for the attack on Temple Israel was the brother of a Hezbollah commander. We'll get Sheriff Mike Bouchard's take on that. We'll do it next. 760 WJR.
The Dan Bongino Show.
It's our movement, okay? It's ours. We built it.
Hard truths.
Remember, I just told you, flooding the zone with facts not related to evidence is not getting to truth, it's obscuring it. Don't accuse me of partisan bias here. This show tries to get to a truth lodestar by showing you things called evidence, not random facts unrelated to the point. Well, let's get to truth. Let's produce actual evidence. There's only one choice, man.
The Dan Bongino Show. Follow and listen on your favorite platform.
See you there.
Hey, Jim Harper here. Like many of you, I got LASIK surgery back in the 80s, and recently I started having trouble seeing, and it turns out they never told us LASIK doesn't last forever. So now what? Glasses? I haven't worn glasses in years, and I'm as vain as the next person. But then I remembered Mariana and the staff at Direct Optical Optique and how great they were at finding cool frames that look good on me. because they are frame stylists. You can't get that on the web or a big box store, and nobody has a bigger selection of designer frames than Direct Optical Optique. And Mariana still knows everybody by name. She's still selling cool glasses one pair at a time with a very personal touch. So if you wear glasses now or are wearing them again, you got to go to Direct Optical Optique and let them treat you like a star. They're the only ones who can do that. 2 great locations, Haggerty Road north of Maple in West Bloomfield, and in Canton on Ford Road next to IKEA. OptiqueDetroit.com on the web.
Pizza's here. Oh, great. I'd love some, but I'm worried about my stomach issues.
If you're worried about having diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose, oily stools, it may not just be stomach issues. It could be a condition called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. With EPI, the pancreas doesn't release enough enzymes to break down food, but EPI is manageable. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and talk to your doctor. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
It all comes down to this, folks.
Yep, the entire season is on the line.
But my throat has officially thrown in the towel. Sounds like you need Vicks VapoCool drops. They're max strength and vaporize sore throat pain.
Whoa! These VapoCool drops hit fast.
Speaking of fast, did you just see that play?
Yeah, he vaporized that ball.
That pun should have come with a penalty.
Vaporize sore throat pain with Vicks VapoCool drops. Use as directed.
Michigan Lottery's Millionaires for Life offers winners a lifetime of cash. Win up to $1 million a year for life. One win lasts a lifetime. The Detroit Free Press Marathon is back in the running for USA Today's Best Marathon. Help defend our title. Let's show them what this city can do. Vote once a day, every day until March 23rd at 10best.usatoday.com. Cast your vote, Detroit. Let's stay number one.
WJR Traffic and Weather First.
This report is sponsored by Guardian Alarm. From Birmingham to Belle Isle and beyond, Guardian Alarm has kept homes and businesses safe for over 90 years with 24/7 local live monitoring. Guardian Alarm protects your neighborhood because they know your neighborhood. Call 1-800-STAY-OUT today.
It's a slow go on I-94 eastbound between the Lodge and I-75. We do have some moving road work on M53 northbound between Van Dyke and 26 Mile Road. That crew's scheduled to be there until 4 p.m. And the Lodge southbound between Glendale and Webb Street. More construction blocking your left lane. That's going to be with us through mid-May. Now WJR Weather First from the Weather Channel. Here's your forecast.
Winter makes a comeback for mid-March. We've already had our high today. Temperatures falling this afternoon in the 30s. 18 tonight with some snow flurries. Cloudy Tuesday, high 28, low 19. And there are wind advisories up for much of the state here today. Afternoon snows possible Wednesday, 37, and the 50s are back late week Thursday and Friday. I'm meteorologist Scott Larimore at the Weather Channel on 760 WJR, where Michigan comes to talk.
Coming up Tuesday on JR Morning, we'll keep you up to date on everything that's happening in Iran. Also, Mark Wayne Mullen set to start his Senate confirmation hearings this week. What is he likely to face? And we'll hear from a local AI company who's helping the autos keep up in an increasingly digital world. Stream us on the free WJR app, WJR.com, and we'll talk with you at 6 a.m.
760 WJR, the city, the state, the country really still praying for and really feeling the effects of what happened a week ago, Thursday, at Temple Israel in West Bloomfield. Sheriff Mike Bouchard, Oakland County Sheriff Mike Bouchard joins us now. Sheriff, thanks so much for the time. How are you today?
Oh, plugging along. We're plugging along, obviously doing everything we can to support the community and just working through each minute.
No doubt. How do you go about that? I mean, for instance, the FBI has taken over this or is in control of this investigation. What is the role of your department or local police when something like that happens? How does that all work?
Yeah, I mean, we work together on a daily basis, not just large-scale visible cases like this. So, for example, I've got ATF agents that are embedded with our folks at the Pontiac substation, and we'll run across a case, and sometimes it makes sense for different charge capabilities or different kind of evidentiary pursuing mechanisms to go federal or state, depending on circumstance. And so we go back and forth, on cases, some not as high profile and some very high profile. So it's a partnership. You work together and you try to make sure that the case gets every resource available and has the best outcome possible.
I wanted to ask you about Danny Phillips, who was the security guard who was injured in the attack. Danny Phillips is a hero. Do you know anything about his condition or anything related to him? I posted over the weekend. I wish we would make Danny Phillips' name just as famous as some of the bad guys who are all over the news when they do terrible things like this. But what can you tell us about Danny Phillips?
Yeah, Danny's on the mend. I have talked to him, and we've been communicating even prior to the attack. Actually, I had texted him on Tuesday prior to give him some information that I had received from national and international sources. So we've been communicating hence after the situation. He's on the mend, as I said, but he got pretty banged up, when he got knocked down by that vehicle when it breached the building. But he should be fine, but healing takes time. It's not like the TVs where, you get in this massive crash or gunfight and the next day, you're back on the job with a sling and you're still doing activities. Your body takes a little more time to heal.
And it's probably not like TV as well when you go through an investigation. I think it was Friday night during the press conference. The lead investigator in the FBI said, we're 30 hours into this and it's too early to speculate on Ghazali's motive. And right now they're referring to it, law enforcement referring to it as a target of act of violence until we can prove a motive. I'm not sure if you saw it today. Maybe you did, maybe you didn't. But the Israel Defense Forces says that Ghazali's brother was a Hezbollah commander, Ibrahim Mohammed. What impact does that have? Do you have that intelligence, or what do you make of all of that?
Yeah, I mean, we had received information, while we were still on scene of some of that information, over the day or two after, but that all has to be specifically verified independently. And that goes to something different too. Specific terminology matters as it relates to when you're talking statutory provision. So certain things trigger a federal, charge or chargeable activities that relate to, let's say, terrorism. But, that's specific to statutory and federal declaratory language, if that makes sense to you. But there's no doubt in anybody's mind this was terrorizing. This was a terrorist moment to the community. I mean, the moms and dads that I hugged outside of the temple, they were terrorized. So was it a terrorizing? 100%. Does it meet the federal terrorist definition? That has to be triggered by specific investigatory kind of check marks that, for example, inspiration overseas or communication, things like that. So, I don't want to confuse the two, but, to the average person, very terrorizing.
Is part of the investigation, Sheriff, how quickly do communications come to the forefront? What is happening right now to where you can determine whether or not this was absolutely part of the brother being, in the IDF's terms, eliminated in a strike last week?
Well, that goes, as I mentioned earlier, that goes to the investigatory abilities and the reach that the FBI has, in this situation, as they begin to look to exploit devices and travel and, digital footprints and things like that. Those things will inform some of those questions and give the answers.
Talking to Oakland County Sheriff Mike Bouchard. Sheriff, I thought your statement was pretty strong over the last couple of days that you will not target the Jewish community. You will not target places of worship here in Oakland County. Just not going to happen here. Where are you right now in terms of
security for places of worship, specifically synagogues. I mean, we saw, there was an attack in Nashville. There was 2 in Toronto. There was, the bombing in New York, the 2 teenagers. Then we had the Old Dominion shooting on the same day that we had this attack in West Bloomfield. There's a lot going on right now, and I'm sure a lot of people are uneasy in this time.
Yeah, without a question. And we're aware of that. And the first thing I always tell the community is they don't have to think about it every day, but we do. And we are, and we're preparing, and we're planning, and we're practicing, and we're testing, and we're constantly learning. So, for example, after the Virginia Tech mass shooting, where the individual had chain doors, I ordered bolt cutters placed in our patrol cars. So, we try to constantly evolve and adapt based on what we're seeing anywhere in the world, so we're better prepared. I also encourage the community to, if they see something, to say something. It's not a slogan, it's a practice, because they're more likely to see or hear something that's concerning before us. And we'd rather check out 100 nothings and miss one real deal. That's the way you get in front of these things. Somebody sees something and passes it on, and we share it in a robust manner. We've stopped school shootings through that very practice. But if we don't get that information to us, we obviously don't know what's coming. And then it pivots to what we call respond and mitigate, meaning make it the least impactful of whatever that attack is and save as many lives as possible. And that's what happened on Thursday. And all the training that all of our partners, West Bloomfield Chief Young and his team, the security people did an amazing job, the staff, rounding up the kids and getting them out, working with law enforcement to get escorted out. Everything went as it should. And the only person that perished on that terrible day was the attacker. And that's the best outcome of a terrible situation. So in December, we did a training for houses of worship. And we encourage people, if they haven't been to that, if they've got a house of worship, they should come to one of those. We're going to offer another one on our social media page. We have put out a link. It's like a Google Doc link, and you can sign up. We'd encourage people to come with their leadership or their safety and security team. We encourage every house of institution, school, you name it, to have a safety plan and to have a safety and security team that knows what to do should, God forbid, something kick off.
Sheriff, last question, and more of a broader sense of what you do. I think I believe you said that 605 law enforcement personnel from 42 agencies responded to that attack, and pretty much you knew everybody, essentially, because you work together. You know exactly what everybody's role is. You guys plan for this. You work together. Just in terms of local, state, federal authorities working together. We do a lot of news stories that you've got competing agencies that don't speak to each other, that don't work with each other, that work against each other. As somebody that's in it, can you even comprehend why a state would not work with federal authorities?
I've seen it in other communities across the country. I've been 2-term president of Major County Sheriffs of America, and, on the national boards of a lot of things for many, many years. And I've seen other communities that don't interact as well as we do. But, that's one of the things I've been committed to, and all of our partners are committed to, is being functional, being partners, sharing resources, working together for the better safety of the community. And so that's why, when I called every chief together back after the Mumbai attack in the mid-2000s, 2006-ish, and said, we need to train together, practice for these terrible things, because we have to be prepared. It hasn't come here yet, but it may. And sadly, it has multiple times now. And it's like a football team. You don't just go out and play on Sunday. You practice all week based on what information you have about the other team, what's being seen in other games. What do you need to think about? How do you need to prepare? Run it. Nope, didn't work as well as we thought. Run it again, change it up a bit. And then when game day happens, you're better. You're ready. And that's what we try to do in our world, so that, God forbid, this comes to our doorstep again, that preparation shows, that preparation saves lives. And, And that's why we work so hard to be great communicators with our partners. As I said, I was talking regularly to the chiefs that had large congregations before this attack occurred. I created a group chat with, for example, Oak Park and Southfield and West Bloomfield. And we were communicating in advance of this. There was no specific information this was coming, but I could see some of the chatter around the world. And given the community and how large our Jewish population is, intuitively, the hair on the back of my neck stood up, and I started communicating even more than we normally do with those partners, including the temple. And, as a result of that, I think everybody having that kind of mindset, local, county, state, federal, in this area, it serves the community better.
It was absolutely textbook, the response, Sheriff, and I can't thank you enough. We here in Oakland County in the state of Michigan, much better for having you on board. Thank you so much for all that you do and the coordination, and I hope it serves as a model for the rest of the country, how to work together, state, local, federal authorities working together, and what you can accomplish together. Thank you so much, Sheriff. We really appreciate your time, sir.
Anytime. Thank you.
You got it, Sheriff Mike Bouchard. I got to take a break. 760 WJR.
Hear that? That's Mike. He took ZQL Pure Z's, so now he's sleeping soundly on a Sunday night. ZQL Pure Z's are fast-acting melatonin gummies with a complementary botanical blend to help Mike get the sleep he needs to wake up refreshed and ready to conquer Monday.
Let's do this Monday.
ZQL Pure Z's, just for sleep. Really great sleep. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. These products are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. Use as directed.
I move mountains for a living. Literally. That means I don't carry hand lotion, and when it comes to serious heartburn, I don't mess around with anything but Rolaids. Rolaids' dual-active formula has calcium carbonate and magnesium hydroxide that relieves heartburn fast. Yeah, you heard right. 2 actives for that powerful relief. And the best part? The roll fits right here in my pocket, so I can get back to moving mountains.
Rolade spells powerful relief. Read each label. Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
Hey there, homeowners. Living in Michigan means enjoying the beauty of all 4 seasons, but it also comes with unpredictable weather. Weather that can cause power surges, which can pose serious threats to appliances, heating and cooling systems, and expensive electronics. Crystal here from Family Heating, Cooling, and Electrical to let you know that whole home surge protectors can save you thousands in potential damages and give you peace of mind. Visit familyheating.com to find the location nearest you and ask about our whole home surge protectors today. That's familyheating.com.
WJR Traffic and Weather First.
This report is sponsored by Staples. Want a great way to boost your brand? Custom labels at Staples will help packages pop, shipments stand out, and takeout boxes really take off. Shop now through April 18th and save 30% on all custom labels. Staples, that was easy.
We've got some moving road work blocking your left lane on M53 northbound between Van Dyke and 26 Mile Road. More construction on M14 westbound between I-275 and Sheldon Road. And the Jeffries westbound between Levan and I-275. Construction blocking your left lane there. That's causing some slow traffic. Now WJR Weather First from the Weather Channel. Gray skies with a few flurries or snow showers possible this afternoon. Those conditions remain the same for tonight. We'll drop down to 18. Overcast tomorrow, a high of 28. Right now, cloudy with wind gusts and 35 degrees. I'm Rich Luzensky, WJR Traffic and Weather First.
Our Representative Bill Huizenga is standing up for radio listeners like us by supporting legislation to keep AM radio in cars. He knows the value of local radio in times of emergency. Now it's time for Congress to finish the job and pass the AM Radio for Every Vehicle Act. Learn more at dependonam.com. This message furnished by the National Association of Broadcasters and this station.
At Michigan Auto Law, awards are nice, but winning means more than trophies. We've secured more million-dollar auto accident settlements and verdicts than any other law firm in Michigan. But what really defines us is how we take care of people like Kristen Hunt.
Thanks to this amazing team, I was able to focus on healing while they took care of everything else. They truly care about their clients, and they delivered incredible results.
That's what winning really looks like. If you've been injured in a car accident, go to autolaw.com. We handle everything so you can focus on getting your life back. Michigan Auto Law. People over everything.
Hennion and Walsh was made for people like you. People who value speaking to the right people at the right time. That's why we answer the phone ourselves, to understand you and help you invest for the life you want, because you've earned it. We're Hennion and Walsh, and a human connection. Get a second opinion. Call 800-279-5279 or find us online. Investing involves risk, including the possible loss of principal. Advisory services provided by Hennion and Walsh Asset Management. Securities offered by Hennion and Walsh Inc. Member FINRA SIPC.
Coming in 3, in 2. Coming up at 2 o'clock on JR Afternoon, we are live from Doyle's Irish Pub at St. John's in Plymouth, Michigan. And, oh boy, look out. We'll be having some fun. Hopefully, happy St. Patrick's Day, 2 o'clock JR Afternoon.
Leadership teams. MetroCars provides dependable airport transportation designed around your schedule. With experienced chauffeurs on a premium fleet of sedans, SUVs, vans, and buses, MetroCars delivers a comfortable, quiet ride that allows you to stay focused and arrive prepared. Celebrating over 35 years of excellence, MetroCars is proud to serve as the official transportation provider of 760 WJR. Trust the transportation company Michigan business travelers have relied on for decades. Reserve your ride today at metrocars.com.
Never miss
The Daily Dose.
The Daily Dose. The Daily Dose
The Daily Dose
of Deets. The Daily Dose of Deets. The top of mind topics and stories.
Because America keeps building, innovating, and growing.
But at a depth and breadth that only Kevin Dietz can conceive.
Love doesn't have to be built on these grand gestures.
It's Can't Miss Radio.
You can't fake that kind of leadership Verlander is going to be able to bring to Scooball.
Kevin's own unique take on news and entertainment that'll get you talking all day.
Social media should not get a pass just because it's digital.
And into tomorrow. The Daily Dose of Dietz. First thing out of the gate on All Talk with Kevin Dietz. Weekdays at 9 on WJR. Wake up tomorrow with JR Morning with Chris Renwick, Lloyd Jackson, and Jamie Edmonds on 760 WJR. Right now, it's JR Afternoon with Ryan Ermanni.
You know what's so funny is I do television every day, right? 3 hours a day. I hate the way I look sometimes when I come in here. I don't know. I'm looking at myself on the YouTube. I'm all, it feels like I went through 15 rounds with Tyson, Beth Ann.
Ryan, bad. No bad talk about yourself.
Maybe you still wear the makeup.
I mean, I think I do. Should I wear the makeup?
Do we need a makeup team here for you? Danielle, I need to jump on that.
I really want to watch you do it.
I mean, well, look, the makeup situation is very simple. We all do it ourselves, by the way. There's no makeup team. We do it ourselves. So I apply makeup in the morning. It's a MAC Studio Fix NW35.
Nice.
Yes, just for the people out there. And then immediately at 12:01, when I get off the air, I take makeup wipes and I'm wiping my forehead, wiping my face, and sometimes I need a second makeup wipe. And then I come in here and I look like I'm sweating, but it's really all
it's all like the oil.
It's all the oil from the what do you call it?
The
makeup wipe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe get a different wipe. You need some like rose oil or something.
Micellar water.
Micellar water.
There we go.
Well, see, this is
Witch
where you
hazel.
ladies come in. I don't know about this stuff.
You have a wife. She can tell you this stuff.
She doesn't pay attention to anything.
Anything. Tell her.
Oh, yeah. My goodness. But anyway, I just looked at myself. It looks like I just ran a marathon, but it's all the oil from the makeup wipe, because I would never run a marathon. I would never run around the block. But that's just me. I just don't like running.
Can't relate.
Or any physical activity. No, I'm just kidding. I do enjoy walking.
Walking's good.
I love walking the dog. I went for a walk this weekend. It was beautiful.
It was so nice this weekend.
I can't do this 25-degree weather anymore. I can't do it, Beth Ann.
No, I'm over this. I need the consistent warm weather.
Seriously. And you don't get anything consistent anymore other than consistent cold. But I'm not going to complain. I told myself I'm not complaining today on a Monday. Deal?
Deal. Happy Monday.
Happy Monday. Hey, Mitch Albom, obviously, as you know, top of the hour, the Mitch Albom show. And I'm sure the guys are going to talk about this. But I just wanted to say, and I touched on it a little bit at the top of the show, the 60 Minutes piece that Anderson Cooper did yesterday, it aired yesterday anyway, on Mitch's orphanage in Haiti was one of the best pieces I've seen on 60 Minutes in a long time. One of the best pieces I've seen on television in quite some time. And I really mean that because I hear Mitch talking about it. And if you listen to Mitch, if you paid attention to any of his work, the philanthropy that he does is second to none. And he talks about going to Haiti monthly and some of the different security concerns that he's experienced over the time, and helicopter rides and security guards and what happens in the walls compared to what happens outside the walls. And it is one thing to hear it. It is one thing to hear him talk about it. But again, the ability to see that yesterday on 60 Minutes, when he comes to the orphanage and all of the kids just run to him, Mr. Mitch, Mr. Mitch, Mr. Mitch. It was awesome, man. And I'll tell you, pretty remarkable what he is able to do, he and his wife, the impact that they have on people's lives. It's really incredible. Just here's a couple of cuts from 60 Minutes. This, by the way, is Mitch on how he got the orphanage.
Mitch Albom is the author of 19 books, including Tuesdays with Morrie and his most recent bestseller, Twice. He first came to Haiti in 2010 after the earthquake. That's when Albom, who's Jewish, began fixing up a Christian orphanage run by an elderly pastor.
The pastor basically said, I don't have any money to run this place, and I'm 84 years old. And I kind of blurted out, well, I could probably run it. How hard could it be? And he said, here you go.
Oh, my gosh. Incredible. And Mitch talked about his mission.
I don't have any food to give my baby. The parents died. I don't know who this child is. We found this child under a tree. He was 6 weeks old and he was starving. So those stories, those interviews, they broke me in half, but they also cemented me to Haiti and cemented me to this operation, which I will do for the rest of my life.
One of the most heartbreaking parts of that episode to me was just the interviews that he must have with people on who you're going to take and who you're not going to take. And there were criteria. It was pretty incredible. Here's another.
We don't give aptitude tests to get in here. Most of the kids that come to us aren't even speaking yet. But if you put them in the right environment and you surround them with other kids who are aspiring to do certain things, they'll grow.
Not all the kids are orphans. Many were brought here by a desperate parent or family member who couldn't afford to feed them. Albom has to choose who gets in.
We try to set the conditions because otherwise it's hundreds and hundreds of children. So we say only if there's one parent, not two, only if there's no home, no actual structure home, or if there's a case of a sickness or something like that.
What are those interviews like?
I don't have any food to give my baby. The parents died. I don't know who this child is. We found this child under a tree. He was 6 weeks old and he was starving. So those stories, those interviews, they broke me in half, but they also cemented me to Haiti and cemented me to this operation, which I will do for the rest of my life.
Incredible. I mean, those interviews that he must go through, who's coming in these walls and who is not. That is incredible. And again, all the people that he's helped there, the chances he's giving some of those kids in Haiti, notwithstanding the help that he provides the kids with Say Detroit and the millions and millions and millions of dollars that has been raised over the years for Say Detroit right here in our area. I just wanted to acknowledge that because it is pretty incredible what he does. And just wanted to say what a pleasure it was to work at the same place he does. 760 WJR.
Are you a parent of a 2 to 8-year-old? Listen closely for an exciting offer, then head to abcmouse.com/radio to learn more. By now, you've probably heard of ABC Mouse.
ABC Mouse is like a little one-on-one teacher. It has helped her so much.
We're offering a promo at abcmouse.com/radio to try it for free for a month, then $14.99 per month until canceled. Go to abcmouse.com/radio to see this offer. That's abcmouse.com/radio. Actual ABC Mouse users compensate for their testimonials, sponsored by Age of Learning.
On the battlefield, there's a saying America's military men and women live by. Never leave a fallen warrior behind, ever. Off the battlefield, Wounded Warrior Project operates with the same goal. Wounded Warrior Project was created to help our men and women returning home with the scars of war, whether those scars are physical or mental. Wounded Warrior Project. We never leave a fallen warrior behind, ever. Learn more about what we do at woundedwarriorproject.org.
Probate is bad. It takes time, it costs money, and everything becomes public record. The best way to avoid probate is with a revocable living trust. A revocable living trust keeps you in control. Who receives your assets, what they receive, and when they receive it. My friends at Estate Planning Legal Services have been serving Metro Detroit for over 25 years, and they make it simple. Call Estate Planning Legal Services for your free consultation today at 248-435-0400 or go to EPLSPC.com.
Your morning is busy, so we'll keep it brief. Upgrade your routine with WJR's 5 Things First Thing. JR Morning with Chris, Lloyd, and Jamie break down the top 5 stories in just 5 minutes. Delivered straight to your device. Start your day by hitting play. Subscribe today on the always free WJR app. This St. Patrick's Day, the real luck is waiting at Genesis Cadillac. Celebrating with offers that'll make everyone green with envy. Right now, get 2.9% APR for 60 months plus rebates up to $2,000 on select new Cadillac models. Looking for pre-owned? Shop one of the area's largest selections of certified pre-owned Cadillacs. Visit our 9 Mile Road in St. Clair Shores or shop online today at genesiscadillac.com. Then, drive home to your own pot of gold. Genesis Cadillac. Your luck starts here. This St. Patrick's Day weekend, keep our community safe from drunk driving. If you celebrate a little too much, don't rely on the luck of the Irish. Use a rideshare or designated driver from your friends at Michigan Auto Law, auto accident attorneys.
This winter might not have been the worst one on record, but it's up there. Aside from being hard on people, it's even tougher on our homes. Hi, it's Paul W. for my friends here at Victor's Home Solutions. If the freeze-thaw cycles this winter created even the slightest crack in the shingles or sealant on your roof, you're going to have water in your home this spring when the rains hit. That's why you need to call Victor's today and schedule a free 21-point roof inspection before the rainy season. They'll go over every inch of your roof and review their findings with you. And if they do find a problem, it can usually be fixed with an inexpensive repair. But if it is time for a new roof, you could not hire a better company than Victor's. Over-the-top customer service, highly skilled crews that install a perfect roof every time. And best of all, they offer a 50-year leak-free guarantee on every roof they install. So give them a call for your free roof inspection today. 866-VICTORS. That's 866-VICTORS. Or online at victors.com. Victors.com.
WJR traffic and weather first.
This report is sponsored by True Green. True Green. Don't waste another weekend doing your lawn care yourself. Partner with the official lawn care treatment provider of the PGA Tour and get a golf course quality lawn the easy way. Sign up at truegreen.com. Then sit back and relax.
We have some construction blocking your left lane on the Lodge southbound between Glendale Street and Webb Street. Jeffries westbound between Levan and I-275. More construction there. Your 2 left lanes are blocked as well. I-94 eastbound between the Lodge and Van Dyke. We've got some slow traffic. Same goes for I-94 westbound between Gratiot and I-75. Now, WJR weather first from the Weather Channel. Here's your forecast.
We've already had our high temperature today, gusty west winds, falling temperatures this afternoon, and wind advisories up for the state. We're down to 18 degrees tonight. Cloudy and cold Tuesday, high 28, low 19. Afternoon snow showers Wednesday and a high of 37. I'm meteorologist Scott Larimore at the Weather Channel on 760 WJR, where Michigan comes to talk.
Call us or text us. The number's the same. 1-800-859-0957. 1-800-859-0WJR. Powered by Michigan Auto Law. Auto Accident Attorneys. Visit autolaw.com. That's autolaw.com.
Well, it's that time of the day. We like to... Well, I was trying to rhyme, Steve. I was trying to rhyme, and I got nothing. Steve,
dude, it's late in the day.
I know. I was gonna rhyme. I couldn't think of a rhyme to go with Steve or Courtney or anything like that, buddy.
Well, you know what? Don't worry about it.
But I got you nonetheless.
God love you. We got plenty to discuss here. Obviously, Selection Sunday last night. Everybody that is somebody knows where they're going to be. Of local note, obviously, Tom Izzo and the Spartans. 28th consecutive NCAA appearance. They are going to be in the East region, the number 3 seed, as a matter of fact. They will take on number 14 seeded North Carolina State, a.k.a. the Bison. They won the Summit League Championship. They're going to meet in Buffalo at 4:05 on Thursday. The winner will play either 6-seeded Louisville or 11-seeded South Florida on Saturday. And I got to tell you, Ryan, and you probably noticed, the East, you talk about blue bloods, Duke, UConn, Kansas, UCLA, Rick Pitino, St. John's in there.
I've never seen anything like
difficult.
I've never seen anything like it.
No, sir.
Kansas,
Me neither.
Louisville, St. John's, even Ohio State. Okay, not a blue blood basketball program, but I mean, pretty. You could have, Steve, a elite or a 30 field of 32 with Duke, Ohio State, St. John's, Kansas, Louisville, Michigan State, UCLA, and UConn.
It is unreal. As a matter of fact, reading some threads earlier, a lot of folks under the impression whoever comes out of the East will probably, more than likely, and you never ever know, win the damn thing.
Or
right?
be so battered because they had to go through a gauntlet that they got nothing left.
Yeah. Meanwhile, your basketball Wolverines, as expected, a 1 seed. Interesting enough, there has been some scuttlebutt that Michigan would have been the number 2 1 seed, but because they lose to Purdue in the conference championship, they fall to the number 3 1 seed. And Purdue was supposed to be a 3 seed. They are now a 2 seed. That's just the way it works.
I think, can I just say, Steve, real quick? I think,
sure.
I think Michigan benefited yesterday from losing in the Big Ten championship game because they've got no one until Iowa State. That is as this could kiss of death. This is as easy a bracket, an easy a road to the Final Four I think you could possibly have outside of Iowa State.
The plot thickens, and let me just submit this for your approval. Michigan will open things up in the Midwest region, oddly enough, also out of Buffalo, 7-10 Thursday night. Iowa State, the 2 seed, Virginia, the 3 seed, Alabama, the 4 seed, Texas Tech, you mentioned, the 5 seed. Now, here's where it's interesting. Back in 2018, and Michigan is going to open with the first 4 winner between UMBC, that, my friends, the University of Maryland, Baltimore County.
Thank you.
And Howard as the 16 seed in the Midwest region. Now, remember, in 2018, UMBC became the first ever 16 seed to beat a then number 1 seed. The Retrievers handled Virginia, Ryan, you'll recall, 75-54. Can lightning strike twice?
I would say no, and I would say no, but I'll say it with this caveat. I think the days of March Madness being March Madness where you see a ton of upsets is over. I was filling out my bracket today. I just think with NIL and with money being paid, all of the bigger schools that could pay the most money now have the best players. In the days of, I think even a 12 beating a 5 are very scarce. Certainly a 14 over a 3. I just don't think it's going to happen anymore. Right. We've seen 15 over 2s. I don't think that happens anymore either. I think NIL has destroyed the
parity,
the miracleness of the NCAA tournament.
Well, we'll see if your thoughts ring true. Meanwhile, very important here, ladies and gentlemen, Hockey Town.
Let's go.
It is a critical week for your Detroit Red Wings. In action tonight at LCA, back home. They have lost 3 straight. The Calgary Flames are in town. The silver lining here of the dark cloud, the Red Wings coming off the overtime loss in Dallas, so they were able to secure a point. Tonight's game, the second meeting between these two teams this season, the Red Wings won 4-3 in the previous matchup. Red Wings up against it here. When you take a look, Brian, at what's going on in the Atlantic Division, the Sabres on top with 88 points, Tampa Bay next with 84, Montreal with 82. Then you've got Boston and the Red Wings both there at 80 points. Ottawa still in it with 77. As it stands right now, the Bruins and Winged Wheelers are holding on to the 2 wild card spots there in the Eastern Conference. Now, here's where it gets more critical for the Red Wings this week. I already mentioned Montreal. The Red Wings will host Les Habitants on Thursday night. Then they will host Boston on Saturday night. So a very important upcoming weekend. Quite honestly, we know the Red Wings without Larkin, without Cobb, but they can really help themselves this week.
Well, not only that, but I mean, heck, they played one more game than Boston, Columbus, and Ottawa, and that's not good.
No.
So we'll see what happens. They just got to win hockey games. It's one of those things, right? I mean, they just got to win hockey games, and to get a point the other night on the road, down 2, where they scored 2 in the third period.
It was huge.
It was huge. Hate that they couldn't complete it, but to get 1 point there was huge.
All right. Meanwhile, the Pistons, they fall in Toronto last night, 119-108. Cade Cunningham, 33 points, 9 assists. The Pistons had their 3-game win streak snapped. Eastern Conference, Pistons still up on the Celtics by 4, the Knicks by 5, the Cavs by 7.5. Pistons will be in Washington to face the Wizards. That'll be a 7:00 start tomorrow night. And then guess what? They're going to stay there in Washington and take on the Wizards again, 7:00 Thursday night.
Look at that. Steve-O, have a great rest of your day, my friend. We'll talk to you soon. Have fun at St. Patty's Day.
You betcha there, my friend.
You got it. All right. Hey, I want to thank Beth Ann Long, Danielle Mason, rock star, pop star. I want to thank you for making us part of your day. Don't go anywhere. The Mitch Albom Show is next on 760 WJR.